For all serious inquiries for the purchase of Precise Pressure brand clothing, make sure to check out all the social media sites. And also, this is where you'll be able to purchase Precise Pressure, the clothing brand itself, for all serious purchases and everything like that, which is Facebook, the business page is Precise Pressure. And also social media networks such as TikTok. That is at Real Wavy underscore Precise Pressure. That's where you can see all of the brands of the clothing and everything like that, and all the merchandise of Precise Pressure. And then also on Instagram at Real Wavy underscore Precise Pressure. That's where you can see the brand, the clothing, and everything like that, the merchandise. Also contact for all serious inquiries for purchases also. So be sure to check out Precise Pressure clothing and purchase. WC Radio.
For the yeah, nigga, the deposits of the rock, niggas know what's the damn gossip, nigga, the decision that I make in my section, nigga, to get your shit, nigga, shave like Lou Gossett, nigga, I reach in your pocket whenever the God speaks, nigga, spiritually I had to reach, nigga, the place where I fought with scripture and prayer.
All right, how you doing today?
All is well, man. All is well. You up there in the DMV?
Yes, sir. Yeah. I had to get one of my studio rooms. I had a viral video me with Michael Jordan, because I'm sponsored with the company and everything like that. So
Oh, say word. That's dope.
yeah, I had to run back to the studio. So I was like, you know what, I ain't gonna go home right now. So yeah, that's when I was like, yeah, I had to tell little bro, because I had to charge up my camera and everything like that. But everything all right. But how you doing today?
Maintaining, man. It's another day, another blessing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed. So before we get started, where you originally from?
I'm from Columbia, South Carolina. I was born in Charlotte, but I was raised my whole life in Columbia.
Okay, all right. So how did you get started in the music industry?
Oh man, I've been doing this since I've been like 7 years old. I just came up. I'm an old head. I'm an aunt, man. I'm in my 40s, so I've been doing this since like Houdini and listening to like Chubb Rock and Nas to the 3-6 to Outkast to Uncle Luke to the whole phase of it, man. But I did that, went to school to be a teacher, and after I became a teacher for some time, I started going over to Paris a lot, man. So I've been to Paris about 10 times. I just got back from Paris.
Oh, that's dope. I like
which
that.
Which is real dope. Over there, they don't care about your age. You know what I'm saying? It's just if you rock, you rock.
Right. Yeah, man. Cause he told me he was your he was your student, and he been a subscriber to the channel since day one, to be honest with you, cause I finally just recently looked at his comic section, and he always gave me like the new school to listen to and everything like that. And I always was wondering, like, where all these artists is coming from, because they all young. So when he finally presented your music, I didn't even know. Well, I didn't know it was your music, but when he started presenting that, it was like, that sounded like something I grew up on, like my dad used to listen to and everything like that. But when he said he said he knew you, I was like, yo, because I was jamming to it. I don't know if you seen the reaction video.
Yeah.
Cause that.
He was like, yo, this some dance music, man.
Yeah, it is.
And when I went over to Paris, they was like, yo, this some Timberland, Missy E type stuff. I said, yeah, that's what I looked up to.
That's cool. So you play all your instruments, or what? How you do it?
Well, I'm a hip hop artist. I sing. I do a little bit of guitar, but all my stuff is I got people that do my beats and all, man. I got a beat maker out of Florida. From Florida originally. He's in Columbia now, named 4-5. He real dope.
Okay.
I got him. I got some people overseas that do beats for me, people Yahweh. So I got a whole conglomerate. But most of my albums done by this one cat in Columbia now, named 4-5.
Okay, all right, that's cool, man. Man, that's straight. So, what started first? Was just the music? Was it like you just being an artist first, and then you became a teacher? How'd that go?
Yeah, man, it's crazy because I always had a thing for hip hop, and it was basically like I didn't even want to go to college. I
Okay.
just wanted to do my music. 'Cause back then, it's like, the whole motto motif was like, if you really want it, you got to just go all the way in and just do nothing but the music. But my mom and dad, they went to college. You know what I mean? They went to North Carolina A&T, and they were saying, "Now you going to school." You know what I mean? They just saw what I mean. College. I'm a school teacher, and obviously college ain't for everybody, but college did a whole lot for them. You know what I mean? And
Okay.
college opened up a lot of doorways for them, and basically they knew it could do a whole lot for me. So I went to school and I kept doing my music in school. When I got out of school, I started working for Hot 102.9 with the radio station. I used to work with Charlamagne the God.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's my
Yeah,
man's. Yeah.
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 Charlamagne, before he ended up going up there with Wendy, he got fired from the radio station. It's a big story with that. But
Yeah.
when Wendy and then he went up to Philly and talking crazy about Jay, you know what I mean? Well, I had Beanie up there talking crazy about Jay and Beyonce. Then he said he went there on Friday. Then on Monday, they just said, you won't work here no more because, that's what Jay was doing on that free summer jam stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess Jay was like, yo, if you don't take them off the show, then you ain't going to be, our artists ain't going to be working with you no more for the summertime joint.
Yeah.
So he came back home to South Carolina for about a year. And then he got the gig call from the Breakfast Club.
Mm-hmm.
And who would have known? 15 years later, now he in the Hall of Fame.
Yep. Yep. You're right too. Cause that was something that Envy was talking about. Cause I used to be in the music industry myself. I used to rap. So
Okay.
when I had heard about Charlamagne the God, cause I never heard of him before until he started working with Envy. So
Yeah.
When he had tapped me back in I tapped back in with Envy to do a mixtape. Sorry about that. And he was like, yeah, he from Carolina and everything like that. And I was like, oh snap, for real. And so when I met him back in 2021.
Okay.
And of course I went back to Envy for a mixtape, so I met him back in 2010. And they was like, yeah, we on YouTube now. And I was like, what? And I was like, oh crap, okay. And then I seen his personality on the Breakfast Club. I seen what kind of personality he had. So I was like, okay, this is why they rehired him back into the radio world and everything like that. Cause I'm like, yo, his personality is, yeah. So far as like everything else, like what have you worked with any younger artists and everything like that?
Really, no. Now that I think I haven't worked with any younger artists, but I work with anybody, man. Old, young. I'm a world artist guy, so like, cats get my age over their 40s, they be trying to hit on the youngins or whatnot. But I be like, man, music is music. I mean, I might not talk about drill music and dicking them all the breezes down and shit like that. But whatever they do, as long as they're making their money and they being positive about it, I don't trip. But I'm open to do music with anybody, because we can all find common ground. I look at J. Cole.
Yeah.
We got on that track with Dirt, you know what I mean? A lot of people say they wouldn't never expect Cole to get on track with Dirt, but he just showed that, man, what music is all about, who you are and who you with and what y'all can make happen, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I look at it too. When I started doing YouTube, I didn't know what avenue I was gonna go down. I didn't know if I was gonna do vlogging or any of that. But when I finally stamped it to realizing that it's a lot of major artists that got sidekicks, and when I started to see the sidekicks, like their music sound better than the major artists they working with, that's what made me go ahead and tap into everything like that to see what everybody else had to offer. Oh my God. Yeah, my camera, I was trying to explain to him like, I gotta charge this thing up. And he was like, because I was busy going everywhere. And
yes, sir.
Yeah. But yeah, it's alright now. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. So yeah, my next question, cause brought up. It was an artist that you was that you was working with. He ended up getting a situation with Jaden Youngin. Rest in peace to that young brother, by the way.
Oh, okay, you talking about Jet So.
Yeah, yup.
Yeah, that was one of my students as well, man.
Oh, that's crazy. So how was that process for you when you actually seen him go somewhere with it?
Oh man, you know what? Let me tell you what's crazy about that. So I taught him and I taught his sister. And I remember when I taught him in the ninth grade, he didn't ever want to do no work in class. You know what I'm saying? And I remember like talking to him, like, bro, like, what's wrong, man? You got to do some work. Like, I mean, I know you want to rap and all, but you got to at least do some work. I mean, I want to do nothing but rap too, but I had to go to school. And he was like, man, bump that, man. I'm going to be a rapper. And I'm like, okay, homie, I get it. Everybody say that, but
Yeah.
you got to at least do your schoolwork and be a rapper too. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
And
sir.
then all I know is he dropped out of school. And then like 2.5 years later, man, I see this Negro on the stage with Jada Youngin getting the chain on his neck. And I said, you know what? That man said he was going to do that. And I was proud of him, man, because, you know, it's just one thing to see more or less really had goals and dreams and just to see whatever their goals and dreams actually come true. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's still going in like that. I talked to a couple of students. They say he's still doing his music, but I just thought that was like phenomenal, man, because the stuff he did with Jada Youngin, I never would have thought. And then these styles were real similar. He was telling me he was writing a lot of stuff for Jada Youngin. I don't know, of course, because I wasn't around him, but it was dope, man. I just hate that young brother got taken up out of here so quick, man. I just hate the senseless violence that's happening with everybody that's under 28 years old doing the music. Like, you couldn't pay me to want to do music if I was, like, under 25, man. Like, because the youngest, the ops, as they say, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They be wanting to get you for clout. Nah, man. You can't even just do music and have fun. Like, everybody's getting dropped.
Yeah, and you know that's one thing that made me step away from the music too, because it's like I had a partnership with Def Jam and I had a partnership with Atlantic Records
Oh, wow.
at one point. And I started to see, my pops, he from California, so it's like when I started to see a lot of dudes from California come up, I was like, okay, it's a lot of artists out here too. But when I started to see certain individuals getting involved with the artists, that's when I stepped away, because I knew like things was gonna get dangerous. They was gonna I was like, now they letting everybody in now. If they got a little, yeah, when they got a little cent, a little change to them or something like that, and they could pay their way a little bit. That's when they started letting them in. And I was like, you know what? The music industry is getting dangerous. And I said this back in 2008, and everybody thought I was going crazy. I was like, look, the music industry getting dangerous. I said, check this out. When they start letting these West Coast individuals in, and then these other guys that's behind them, like it's impossible for a whole entourage of 400 to have the same chain as the company when everybody not a rapper. I'm like, that's scary. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes, sir. And there's no accountability, man. Whatever happens, happens.
yup. And then on top of that, it's like how they say it, when they have, it's only one main artist, and then you look up and four other people coming out of nowhere as being artists, and they getting younger and younger. And it's like
Yes, sir.
you giving individuals too much money that really don't have no self control. And which is, I always say, like, I'm glad that there's young artists that's out there and everything like that, but it's like it's some of them that really come from, they get an upbringing from a different side of the world that's dark. They don't know about coloring books. They don't know about any of that.
Yeah.
So it's like when I hear young artists rap about certain things and they get a little bit too detailed, I'm like, yo, that's scary. Like that. So
That's coming from a place of pain. No
yeah,
doubt.
yeah, and it's like they main focus is, I mean, they are focused. Like, don't get me wrong, but it's like they sensibility, the way they think, the way they carry themselves. That's when you get the King Von situations. That's what you get
Right.
yeah, all the rest of that. Like, it comes different.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And you know what's messed up? What's messed up, Busy? I think, man, unfortunately, not to get too deep, I feel like, I teach, obviously, like, I teach social sciences. And I love to show the youth the documentary 13th on Netflix.
Yeah.
Which breaks down, like, how, the 13th Amendment, when it got rid of slavery, the only way it made slavery legal was if you were actually a prisoner in the United States. So it traces how it went from, slavery to these really jacked up laws called vagrancy laws, which basically got you locked up if you were black for minor things. Like if you couldn't prove where your mom and dad was, if you was like 16 years old, they might have died. Or if you didn't get off the sidewalk when you saw white people, or if you interrupted some white people. A bunch of crazy laws. Then that would get you into convict leasing. Once you was in convict leasing, that's like, with life for Eddie Murphy and them and more, you work in chain gang because when slavery was done away with, it was a large void for labor that had to be filled in the South. Yeah. So it shows eventually how that went over until when they flooded the streets with crack in the 80s, and, all of the Black Panther Party split up to the whole different units, and how the prison population soared, and how now if you look at the private prison industry, more or less, Vanguard, which is like a major conglomerate, they own a big chunk of the private prison, as well as a major chunk in the stocks of major record labels. So when I see all these youth getting killed and stuff over hip hop, it's saddening because it seems like it's just something manufactured in America for capitalist intentions. And what's even sadder about it is, I look at like right now, like everybody's all hype about J. Cole and Kendrick and Ross and all these dudes doing the battle rap stuff. These are all millionaires. Just from the outside looking in, these guys ain't got no beef. It's something that's been manufactured, obviously, by the record labels just to get people's attention. Just to sell more records. I got a homeboy, man. He's with a major rock artist. He's a drummer for them. This guy had a single that went diamond. And I asked him, I was like, yo, man, y'all have issues with other groups? He's like, it ain't no beef, but there are other groups that dislike us and, talk about us. He said, but you never hear about it, or you never see it like in blogs, or you never hear about it like in newspapers or like on interviews. So my question became, why is that stuff that we always see with hip hop? And then it gets to the deeper question of, unfortunately, and I ain't trying to get too deep, but they still using black people and hip hop as just some bad type of thing to sell records. So, we'll be in the face as far as black males in hip hop to sell records as being combative. When it's lots of country artists that don't like each other. It's lots of pop artists that don't like each other. It's like opera stars that don't like each other. But why is hip hop we don't want to gotta talk shit and battle everybody for money? And to me, it's like it's just a really twisted paradigm. And I think that's what's led to like a lot of the other ills that have trickulated into other aspects of our culture to the bottom of it, man. Like, I'm 44 now, and used to be when you got a little older, you act a little different. But now when I see like my peers and people older than me acting like they're 20-something-year-old children, and I ain't knocking what nobody do. I'm just like, man, what in the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? Nobody really want to grow old or graceful no more. And like I said, it don't matter. You can be what you want to, but growing up with my mama, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? Like, we would never be in taking no picture with a sundress on while daughter talking about who look the youngest. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't knocking that. But it just the type of paradigm that we got going on, especially in Black America. Now, we got good going on as well. I'm not trying to highlight the bad. But I just feel like, this is a really weird paradigm that we're dealing with where we always got to be shown as being combative to be used to make money. Yeah, they millionaires, but they make peanuts off of the whole scheme of things. Like I tell my kids all the time, we talk about dope. I said, man, people on the streets who be the face of dope dealing in America, they're making peanuts off of it. You know what I mean? But the face that fill up the prisons, the people in corporate America who do it in other places that you never see, they don't want you to get stupid, filthy rich off of it. It don't not never happen to them. I said, you think you really winning though?
And I was all, and I said that doing one of my early reaction videos. I was telling the youth, I was like, you know what, man, ain't nothing wrong with having a job and then chasing your passion. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
Yeah.
I wish that when I was 13 and 12 years old, like somebody told me, like, it's okay to what I'm saying, to work at McDonald's and chase your passion. And I was chasing my passion with the wrong income. But at the same time though,
Okay.
I had learned the hard way that that wasn't it. And and thank God I never got arrested, none of that stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Cuz my dad,
Yeah.
he was always on my neck. And when he finally found out, like, how the way I was doing stuff, he gave me the real, like, look, man, you going to end up in prison or dead. You putting yourself in that
Yeah.
situation. And, and I was young. So after everything else, he always told me, like, you want to pick up a trade, man, you got to finish school first. So I stayed focused, and I graduated high school when I was 15 years old.
Oh
And
snap.
yeah, and I went to college when I was 15. I was the youngest,
Oh wow.
like pretty much the youngest of the world of you know what I'm saying, beginning and everything
Damn.
like that. Yeah. I went to college in San Francisco, California. And I picked up a lot of things, including YouTube, about about the world, like pretty much the future. And when I came back here, everybody thought, like, what I'm saying, like, you acting different or something like that. I was like, nah, man, I'm just too focused right now. And
Yeah.
I could say that I was partial of the young generation because of what I got involved with. I got involved in music. I met a lot of big names. I had did a lot of projects and productions from with a lot of big names and everything like that. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't regret it, but at the same time, though, the way that I got it, I kind of like feel like I cheated, if that makes sense.
Mm.
So that's the reason why my channel is for the up and coming artists. It's like to give artists like around the world hope, either they underrated or they're young and they up and coming. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
because I always looked at the record labels and I was like, y'all only like go for people that already got money behind them. Like they don't give. It's not like back in the day where when Too Short. I know you know who that is, and
Absolutely.
Outkast and all the rest of them, when they was like selling tapes out the trunk, they didn't have thousands of dollars in their pocket. They
Right.
they got
Right.
their they got their product here. You like it, love it, okay, buy it. That part. And so when I hear individuals like you, that school teachers, and you have a talent and an ear for music and everything like that, it's a whole different respect from a person that already got money, but they got a song that every 14, 16-year-old listen to. So
Mm.
I always said that. I was like, and your student actually caught on to it. He was the only one that really realized it. He messaged me on Instagram out of nowhere and was like, "Yo, I appreciate you for reacting to my school teacher song." And I was like, "Huh? Your school teacher?" I was like, "Man, all these artists you done gave me a school teacher." I'm like, "Hold on, wait a minute." So I gotta do an interview with him. I gotta see what it is. So yeah.
God love.
When did you finally realize that you actually had a talent for music? That was my real question.
Oh man. Like I said, I've been writing since I've been like 7, 8 years old, and when I knew I really could do it, I want to say I was like maybe I was in the 7th grade, man. That's when we had skate rings and all that,
Yeah.
and I remember they had this thing at the skate ring called Red Rink Rollaway in Columbia, South Carolina, and they used to have these things called house parties. And then they would have like a talent section where they would let the kids sing or rap. So I remember I got the DJ to put on the Fooshnickers instrumental featured Shaquille O'Neal called "What's Up, Doc."
Mm.
Can we rock?
Yeah.
What's up, Doc?
Right.
Can we, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like '93. I was a little young boy, and I remember, man, I went out there. I had my little curly fro. I had my little Afro pick in the back of my little Jones. You know what I'm saying? I got on the mic and I spit some. And I remember when I did it, I just seen all the girls like, oh no.
Yeah.
And then I saw the dudes like, yeah, they wanted to hate, you know what I mean? And then that's when I was like, you know what? I think I really can do this. And that was a weird era because, back then in the 90s, man, the only way you was ever really getting on, at least what we thought back then, was if you bumped into somebody. Like, you had to run into Jermaine Dupri or bump into somebody with a record label, like, just to put you on. We didn't realize that, it, well, back then it was different too, of course. All right, but definitely one like today where you can work it yourself and pop off. But back then, the avenue was actually getting to that level of the game as a youngin'. You had to basically be affiliated with somebody, you know what I mean? But that's when I really knew I could do something. I was in 7th grade. I mean, I had been doing rapping rather since, I was in elementary school. My first time I ever wrote a rap, I was actually in 2nd grade. I wrote a Black History rap. I took the Do I Did It. I remember Two Live Crew had a song the Do I Did It.
I ain't heard that song in years.
They took it, but it was an X-rated song though. I should have been listening to it. Yeah. So I remember me and my homies, we took the pattern of that genre. We was like singing black, 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 black history. Yeah. Martin Luther King was a man of peace. Something like that, man. It was cheesy, but our teacher, she was a white lady. She thought it was so cool, man. Like, she had us go to the principal of the school when we was like in the 3rd grade, man, 2nd or 3rd grade, and had us rap it for. She was like, "Oh my God, this is so good!" Like, "Oh my God," you know what I mean? You can't believe these kids are doing this, and so that. And then when I got older, man, I went to a lot of National Urban League conferences all around the country with the school because when you go to those, you meet children from all over the country, New York, California, Chicago, all that. And I remember every time I would go, the girl would kind of be like, whatever. But then every time I would go to the talent show, then everybody wanted to talk to you afterwards. And then the dudes was hating, you know what I mean? But that's when I really realized I had a gift with it, man. Like, just when I was able to rock at the National Urban League conferences and like rock in front of people from all over the country, and they responded in a dope way to what I did. That's when I knew I could really do it. You know what I'm saying? And it's been a blessing. I've got the chance to open up Outkast, Project Pat, Al Green, CeeLo, Twister, a lot of different folks, man. But one thing that's wild is, this thing with music, it's the real weird path. Like, you really don't know how that's going to take you. I'm just glad hip-hop finally got 50. So they can't age you out no more. Like, hip-hop the only genre they try to still age niggas out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Doing rock music, you can do that shit till you like 80 years old. Hip-hop, like, nigga, you over 30. Why are you still rap? You need to be doing blues or something. But you finally can keep on doing it. You know what I'm saying?
And I always tell everybody, I always tell my subscribers, my supporters, and everything like that. I was like, you know what? It's one thing about hip hop. It's like it don't matter. It's like it don't matter how old you get, but nowadays you could become a millionaire inside your own home, the comfort of your own home, when it comes to YouTube, Spotify, and all the rest of this. Chance the Rapper, you heard of him? He actually went he went platinum in his living room. Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah, like he's not signed to no label. I even asked his brother, because I'm cool with his brother out there. I know I'm cool with a lot of Chicago individuals. And they was like, man, my brother went platinum in his living room, man. He was like, he moved out of my mama's house. Crazy, yeah. I was like, what? I was like, get the hell out of here. Because FYBJ Main, that's my partner. He from Chicago, he a comedian. Okay. And he cool with them, like he grew up with them, and he told us, he was like, yeah, my brother went platinum in his living room, man, in my mama's living room, to be real. He moved the hell out of my mama.
That's crazy.
And I was like, what? He was like, yeah. He was like, shoot, basic setup and everything. The only thing he did just release it on iTunes at the time, because that was the only thing that was popping before Spotify came around, and then he went platinum. Like, shoot, it was like he was his own label. And I was like, dang, that's crazy. I was thinking to myself, I was like, you know what? If you think about it, every app that's on your phone right now, you become a millionaire off of it. Like,
straight up.
And it's easy. The only thing it takes is time and effort and consistency. You already know that. So it's like, yeah. Yeah. So how did you transfer to the YouTube and everything like that? How was that for you?
I just started, man. Like, I was one thing I'll say, man, and I'd have smacked myself a couple hours. I was really reluctant, like, to get to that next level of doing the thing properly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was releasing stuff on Facebook, getting like 6,000-7,000 views videos, but I realized later on the whole scheme of things that it doesn't do anything as far as the counts and things of that nature. So I got to the YouTube situation because I mean, it's been the wave, you know what I mean? And it's kind of messed up because they say once you figure out the wave, a lot of times you done miss the wave. I wish I would have caught this wave. Like, I remember Charlamagne was talking about YouTube, like, sheesh, like back in 2005.
Yeah.
When nobody was really on it back then. He was on YouTube way back then. And I remember he said, he's like, yo, JT, yo, you mess with YouTube, man? You mess with YouTube? I was like, nah, man, I be messing with MySpace. You know what I mean? He was like, nah, man, you need to get with YouTube. I was like, nah, I'm cool with MySpace. And boom, boom, boom. But to me, man, the YouTube function, like you say, man, all these apps that I have, it just makes sense, man. You know, it just makes a lot of sense. Like, I got a notification that I got a spare recently on an iHeart terrestrial station, which is weird because, you know, a lot of times, you know, terrestrial stations don't pick you up unless you with majors and whatnot. So I don't know if it's because the strength of my video doing what it's doing on YouTube. I mean, it ain't quite hit 1,000 views yet. It's about at 950. At about a little over a month. But I've been working organically, man. You know, like, I know a lot of people that know cats in the industry, and I know a few people in the industry. And, I mean, you know this busy. Like, everybody uses bots, man. The bot views is just running stuff up. Because unfortunately in America, everybody like, you ain't got like at least 30,000, 40,000 people looking at your video. I don't even waste my time looking at it. We get so caught up in clout first before the music. Yeah. And that's what I like about Paris, man, over there. It's about the music. They don't give a fuck about the clout. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They like the music. I mean, man, I went over there like about 6 years ago before COVID. Man, Curtis Blow had a concert over there. This man was like probably about like 58, 59 years old. That mug was sold out, bro.
I believe you. I believe you.
But these are the breaks. Pump it up,
pump it up, pump it up. Yeah. I know. Yeah, I remember that. Them the kind of songs like the one that was presented to me by you. Like, those are the kind of songs that actually put people in good moods. You know, what was that? A lot of young kids they switched their whole mental up by listening to, you know, I ain't got no problem with 50 Cent. You know, don't nobody got him. You know, he's a world star. But and then in some natures, it's like it's songs that he put out that he really not involved with certain things like that. Then again, you got individuals out here as grown men trying to be 50 Cents. You know, and it's like,
yes, sir.
No, you know, and it's yes, like. Sir. That's why sometimes I give the hip hop a chance, and then I give R&B a chance, then I give that dancing music a chance to actually make me smile and dance and everything like that, because you know, it's music like that that actually put people into that good mood, either to make you clean up your house or make you want to drive around to the beach and stuff like that. You know, I like hearing music like that because it's like, I always tell the youngsters, I was like, man, at a certain time in your life, you're gonna be one piece.
Yes.
You know, and peace comes in different directions. Whether it's dancing music, like, I can't dance worth hell. I'm gonna be honest with you. But let me hear a song that's gonna make me dance, and I'm gonna do something. Yeah. So, you know, and
so you in the DMV too, so I know you on the Afro beat up there. Y'all got the Afro beat hard up there.
Oh yeah, yep. We got everything now. They trying to make us Hollywood, man. They trying to make us. I ain't mad at it though. And you know the reason why it comes from that, because it comes from individuals like me. Like, when I came back home, you know, after running around with the music industry and everything like that, it was like, you know, I had ran into Ghazi. Ghazi's actually from Detroit, Michigan. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he from my old neighborhood. I didn't know that until he told me. And then my dad was like, yeah, I know him. I knew him back in, what did he say, 73, something like that. And I was like, God damn.
Wow.
Really? So he ended up getting a position with Empire, and he came back to the town, and he actually sat in the studio and listened to a lot of young dudes, a lot of underrated artists, music and everything like that. He actually put people in position. That's why everybody say, "Oh, Detroit took the wave." No, we didn't take the wave. It was just that people started to pay attention, and we had somebody that was from our culture in the city and knew about us. So it was like that's how a lot of artists is working with a lot of people from Carolina, like the Baby and everything like that. Like Sada Baby, which is my closest friend, he got a song with J. Cole that he haven't even released yet. He let me listen to it a couple hours ago. So I was like,
I know it's fire.
Man, that is so much energy on that record.
I know it's crazy.
Yeah. So what I learned being out of town and being out in California and everywhere else, because I used to live in South Carolina.
Okay, what part?
I don't remember what part it was, but I know that I had got a house set up for me. They had set up a studio for me because I was with Deb, which is Waka Flocka mom.
Yep, Deb Anthony.
Yeah, she wanted me to be away from my hometown and around everybody I knew, because she seen something around everybody else that I didn't know about. And she was like, they're gonna be your downfall. Like, we're gonna have you set up out here, and you old enough to live by yourself, because I was like 19 at the time. So she was like, yeah, I need you to. She was like, I need you to work on your mixtape out here. Like, it's different and everything like that. And I was like, okay, all right, cool. So that's what I did.
Yeah. That's. Think you ever get back into the music, man? You think you done forever or what?
Oh, with Deb? No, heck, that's still auntie. She's still on my neck.
No, I'm talking about with your music. You think you done with the music? You don't think you ever come back and do nothing?
Oh no, like I have done recent stuff. Like I laid down features. Okay. I did a song with Young Blue not too long ago.
Okay.
And I mean, that was off the strength of Boosie anyway, because Boosie been another big brother to me. He became that when he was, when he was incarcerated and everything like that. And I ended up writing him a letter, and I had asked what was that? I asked Bunchy, which is his cousin, to give it to him, and because he was putting together his label for him with Empire and everything like that, at the time. And, he told me, like, whatever you need, like, I got you. And I was like, okay. So I end up,
that's love, man.
Yeah, I end up running to Young Blue, and I didn't even know he was signed to Boosie. And I had actually paid him for the hook. And and when I found out that he was signed to Boosie, I was like, oh, that's dope. And he was like, oh, snap, So he gave me back my money and was like, I got you. Let's do it.
Oh, that's love, man.
Yeah, so it's a lot
That's
of
love.
Yeah, and and he actually I do production myself too. I do it every once in a while. So he actually gave me some points on his album that he had released with Empire. So I was like, you know what, man? Hey, it's you just don't know good people till you run into them. That's how the way I look at it. So yeah.
True indeed.
Yeah, but other than that, what's next for you? What you got going on next?
Oh man, well I just got back from Paris last week.
Mm-hmm.
I shot 3 dope videos, man. I did one video called Black Widow. That's gonna be crazy when that come out. I'm not putting that out till October.
Okay.
I did another one, man. It's on some Philly East Coast type rhyme and stuff. Cause I'm a world artist. Like the incredible song I did, that was just fun.
Mm-hmm.
My core is as a hip hop artist, but I do all kinds of music. You know what I'm saying? So I got a video for Reading Rainbow. That's the hip hop joint. I got a video for Black Widow. It's like some Ray Schmurder rap rock type stuff.
Okay.
And I got another video for the title of my album, which is called The Resurrection Won't Be Televised. So that's going to be coming out on November 1st, a.k.a. Dia de los Muertos for my Mexicanos and Fit Getty for my Haitian Massive, you know what I'm saying? And All Saints Day for the Catholic Church. Those days have very interesting and important meaning to a lot of folks. That's why I released Incredible Action on February 29th on the leap year. You know what I mean? So,
okay.
I'm I'm just gonna work this single incredible, man. You know, like I said, I've been pushing it organically. I got the Juneteenth festival that's popping off June 15th. This I think that's a Saturday. June 15th this Saturday. It's going to be at that Square Mall in Columbia. So that's going to be a real big festival. We have about 8,000 people.
Okay.
And I'm just going to be hitting a lot of festivals. I might be back in Paris in July. I did a really dope track with this big artist out in Paris named Marc Manu. She's from Nice, France, like from the Mediterranean part of France. And she's bad, yo. Like, she raps and sings, all that. But we got this track called Hypnotize. I'm on that mug singing like on the Mackie Creek stuff, and then she do the French stuff, and then I come in and I start rhyming on them. Okay. So it's crazy because my album, man, it kind of, if I had to put it on and say what it sound like, it kind of would be like if you took Wyclef Jean's The Carnival and you mix it with Kanye West Yeezus album with a dash of Juicy J.
It's already out, or you plan on dropping it? What's the day?
Yeah, I'm dropping it November 1st.
November 1st? Oh, that's the top of the quarter. Yeah.
I know it's rough. I know it's rough. But you know what though? I will say this busy. It's like, man, as an independent artist, I know it's a lot of people that's trying to eat and get it in right there, but I'm just throwing my stuff in the mix. I know they always say put it out during weaker times of the year. But really, you know, I don't eat from the same pond as the major fish anyway.
Yeah, because and I'm gonna tell you something. Right now is the perfect time for up and coming artists to actually put out music. Because if you think about it, all the majors, the only major that you might have to worry about is probably Lil Wayne and J. Cole.
That's real.
And Lil Durk. Because everybody else is not even focused on music no more.
Yeah.
They not. And for real, and it's like all the artists that came up behind the P. Diddy, the Jay-Z's and everything like that. They getting flopped.
Yeah.
You see, this is the perfect This is the perfect time to build your own empire.
You know what's real too? When I saw Rihanna, even though I know she became a billionaire, when I saw her stop doing music, that's when I knew something to change as far as music, because they always told me music is just the catalyst for you to make money. You know what I'm saying? But you're right, all these cats who was dropping on a regular, they got the money now. They ain't even using music as the catalyst no more.
Oh, that's one thing 50 Cent had said on his Drink Champs interview with when he was with Tony Ayo. He was like, he said this right now. He was like, you know what was crazy is that every A&R that's no.
For all serious inquiries for the purchase of Precise Pressure brand clothing, make sure to check out all the social media sites. And also, this is where you'll be able to purchase Precise Pressure, the clothing brand itself, for all serious purchases and everything like that, which is Facebook, the business page is Precise Pressure. And also social media networks such as TikTok. That is at Railwavy _ Precise Pressure. That's where you can see all of the brands of the clothing and everything like that, and all the merchandise of Precise Pressure. And then also on Instagram at Railwavy _ Precise Pressure. That's where you can see the brand, the clothing, and everything like that, the merchandise. Also contact for all serious inquiries for purchases also. So be sure to check out Precise Pressure clothing and purchase. WC Radio.
Yeah, nigga, the deposit to the rock, niggas know what's up that damn gossip, nigga, the decision that I make in my section, nigga, to get your shit, nigga, shaved like Lou Gossett. Nigga, I reach in your pocket whenever the God speaks, nigga, spiritually I had to reach, nigga, the place where I fought with scripture and prayer.
Trying to take it to the top of the club.
Before I forget to just mention, my goals are something that I'm trying to make achievements. I'm tired of dying now, life ain't nothing but pain. Every time I look at different nurse, I think of my name. My shit is BC, ain't nobody else like this. Come on, stop trying to check me, can't knife this. I'm so overflow, I make an overflood, and that's why when I spit I make an overflow. The verse is so real, the